Ryan Bounds. I'm a reporter with the Springfield Business Journal, joined here with Jody Glazner.
Awesome. My name's Jody, and I'm the director of the Springfield Dream Center, which means I get to help oversee everything we do here to be help and hope for our community.
So explain to us what you do.
Okay, so the Dream Center gets to really be this hub of hope for a community. So what we look at doing is looking at things, what keeps people in poverty? How do we help fill a gap? So a lot of people in poverty we feel are there for a lack of education or a lack of opportunity to use their education. So what is it that we can provide? Is it a safe place for your kids to go while you work on your GED? Is it a free meal that could help your budget? What is that gap we can fill that then gives you the opportunity to step up and out of poverty yourself? So we don't do it for people, we do it alongside people. We feel like we all have this part of brokenness and broken systems that are within us. And so it's not a, we've got it together and you don't type of mentality. It really is, let's do this together hand in hand through all of our own junk and walking forward. So that reaches everything from some counseling opportunities to some food resourcing, some education for adults. We've got an after school program for our kiddos, a safe place for them to be in those after school hours. And then all kinds of rotating resources with our block parties. So once a month, we invite in some community resources that people might not need access to every week, but they could use it a couple times a year. So we do a little bit of everything.
Nice. And this kitchen, you have big plans for this kitchen as well.
Yes, this kitchen is one of my favorite parts. I feel like it becomes the heart of the home that this place is. So we'll feed each of our kids an after-school snack from this kitchen that has a protein option and then either a fruit or a vegetable. And then we also get to do a community dinner once a week where we get to come together as a neighborhood and really say, hey, let's talk about some things that are happening around here. Maybe we're talking about weatherization. Maybe we're talking about parenting or education, but we're doing it around the dinner table with a healthy meal. And a lot of that are things they could cook with their SNAP and WIC benefits. We're just showing them different ways to put those things together.
That's fabulous. So what is the face of poverty in Springfield?
I think the face of poverty in Springfield is not in one area. And that's something that I've been learning is poverty is not picky. So poverty doesn't care what part of town you live in. We focus a lot on zone 1. But if you really look at poverty in Springfield as a whole, poverty is everywhere. So poverty is probably in your workplace. It's probably where you go to shop for your groceries. It's the car next to you at a stoplight. The face of poverty are people who have grown up in it for generations. It's people who have had a hard time come to them. We see a lot of people in this area that are what I would call borderline poverty. So they might not fall below that number that we come up with, that is that poverty line. But they're one blown tire away from being below the line. Or they're one sick day that's unpaid. They're one medical emergency. They're one thing away from that. And so for poverty to have a face, I think each of us has the possibility of that being our own.
Wow. That's, there has been discussion about the gap between meeting immediate needs and helping those in need attain soft skills and training. Mm-hmm. So what exactly are you guys going to do to address that?
Both.
Okay.
So my personal take on it is if we don't meet immediate needs, then your soft skills don't matter. So if you're hungry, I can teach you to do something, but if you're hungry, your capacity of doing that well is lowered. So we have to be able to meet some immediate needs of just saying hey, you should have a safe place to sleep. You should have food in your belly. You should have clothes on your back that are clean and be able to feel good about yourself in that way. And then when we have those basics, we can start hitting hard on some things let's hit that work ethic. You know what, you're really good at this, so let's train that into a skill. Let's make you marketable by the things you're good at, and we discover what you're good at when you feel comfortable and you can share. Nobody's comfortable to share and say, hey, I'm really good at this when you're starving or when you're cold or when you are dog tired because you're doing the best you can to work a low paying job just to make sure your kids have food. So if we can just help take care of immediate needs, then soft skills will follow. And we're going to do both. We'll feed, and then we'll partner with places like the Career Center to do some of that career training. We'll partner with the library. They'll do little pop-up classes where they'll come in and teach computer skills. So you can put that on your resume. You can come in and do your resume work. We're going to work with places like OTC of saying, hey, can you encourage everyone who's doing your online education for HiSET, their high school equivalency test? we're going to be a tutoring center for them. So you can come in and we'll tutor you. And part of tutoring is you start to realize what areas of study you really enjoy. So once you know what you enjoy, then we can say, what could you do with what you enjoy? So then we know where to help people find the soft skills and the training that they need.